gentlemen, to episode 5 of BWP Encore. I am not the Ledge from Out of the Edge. I am not the infamous DJ King. I am the owner of Britannia Wrestling Promotions, Steve Saxon. And tonight I have got an excellent show for you.
Whoa. Well, hang on a minute.
Gents?
Well, why are you doing the show?
Did you not get the memo?
Look, enough of this stupid memo joke. What is going on?
You see, boys, I enjoyed last week's show so much that I thought I'd give you two guys the night off. And I'd take over Encore for the night.
But we don't need the night off, it's fine.
Doesn't matter what you need. I'm giving you the night off. You'll be paid, don't worry. So, go.
But I've done the ring announcing.
And you did a very good job. But I'm giving you a night off, don't worry. Those episodes.
But this is our show!
7, No, it's my show that I'll let you do. So just go and get a drink, go sit in the bar and go and entertain yourselves. I've got it, don't worry, honestly.
You're being very mean.
I'm not being mean, just go, it's the business. Back to the action, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to talk about our last show on Sunday the 26th of May. It was...
The night off? I've never had a night off in... Well, I can't remember when. When did you last have a night off?
The power's gone back to his head. He's gone mental.
Well, this is our show. We need a plan. You got any ideas?
I've got one that might work. Get your phone out.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Amazing. Given all the problems that we had and the week leading up to this show, the fans were absolutely spectacular. As were each and every one of the wrestlers that were involved in the show. Now, as I've already mentioned, we had a couple of dropouts of... Excuse me, sorry. Hello?
Do exactly what I said. Well, you know something, Mean Steve? It's your main man, Hulk Hogan here, brother.
Really? Hulk Hogan?
I heard about all your problems with Zima around, dude, at the last show, and I want to make it up to you, brother.
Really?
I put my red and yellow jet on the beach, brother. I'm in the Frith Beach Arena bar on the 24-inch pythons, man. They're waiting for you.
Here, in the Frith? Now? I'll be right there. Give me a minute. I'll be right there.
Do you really think he's going to fall for that one?
If I know one thing about Steve Saxon, he is a huge mark. He'll fall for that, no problem.
Boys, get back here. We've got business to deal with. You never guess who's in the bar.
Right on, boss.
Okay, boss, yeah. What you gonna do when Angel and DJ make a fool out of you?
Roll the titles, brother.
Everybody, and welcome to episode number 5 of BWP Encore.
Or if you speak Welsh, episode Pimp! What? I am the infamous DJ King.
And I am the Ledge from Alderley Edge, Angel D'Souza.
And we are coming at you straight off what was a very, what's the word I'm looking for? Controversial show for BWP. Might as well have been called Card Subject to Change with the amount of changes that went on. Obviously, we advertised to you on our last episode of Encore that it was going to be Dylan Roberts versus Zima Ryan. Well, as a lot of you will already know who use the internet, I hope you use the internet, because otherwise, how are you watching the show? But for those of you who already know, Zima Ryan was unable to attend the show on the 26th, and it left Dylan Roberts without an opponent.
Well, Zima Ryan wasn't the only person who called in sick. Zima had a poorly belly. We had people calling in with bugs. We had people calling in with ear infections. Well, it was just a show which was, as we said, subject to change. But the main thing what went down was the situation with the PWI BWP catchweight champion.
Well, yes, we had the champ, 100% Welsh beat Dylan Roberts, obviously without an opponent for the night. But as all of you know, Dylan Roberts, he's a fighting champion, and he made his way out to the ring to make an open challenge. And we're going to take a look at the footage now.
He's your current reigning BWI BWP World Catchweight Champion, 100% Welsh beef, Dylan Roberts! Thank you. BWP starting! Hello! 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 Alright, we're going to start the show tonight with a bit of bad news. So, tonight I'm supposed to be booking the main event with a guy from TNA. If you haven't heard already, he had an operation only a few days ago, quite a serious one. He hasn't been medically cleared to wrestle. So, this leaves me on a bit of a loose end. I'm in the main event, defending this belt, currently against no one. So I'm taking this opportunity, and I'm going to throw it in the back and offer an open challenge. Anybody in the back who thinks they can come out here tonight in the main event and put on a showcase match. Now, as some of you may have been made aware already, Zach Gibson, unfortunately, has declared himself unfit for my match tonight, leaving me without an opponent. And I'll give you the reason why. The reason why is he's got a bad ear. He's got a cauliflower ear. Now listen, Dylan, nearly 10 years ago, I got my cauliflower ears. And I trained 7 hours a day, 7 days a week after all of them, and I didn't it out of any match ever.
This is once again BWP disrespecting the babyface people. Now Dylan, you've got people's belts at the minute, and that is what's got you this evil lion match that people should have had. And now Gibson whipping out. We all know what I'm going to say here. Dylan, do your own thing. Don't issue an open challenge hoping the people doesn't come out. Open the people and match tonight like a man.
For those who don't know me, my name's Steve Jackson and I own this company. And my general manager isn't here tonight, so I'm back to take over the show. And it gives me great privilege to come out here and hear that the champ and the babyface Pitbull are trying to set up the main event. Now I think you all agree with me that that's going to be one hell of a main event, right? And I think everybody will agree with me that we just want to see Dylan Roberts kick Pitbull's arse all over the press. If you follow me on Facebook or Twitter, you'll know that last couple of days I've been saying that tonight, shut your mouth, Pitbull. I've been saying that I'm coming here tonight to stir things and have a little bit of fun to BWP. So the main event tonight, absolutely, the babyface Pitbull versus 100% Wall Street Dylan Roberts for the BWP Continental title. But I think we can go a little bit better than that. Who fancies seeing the Pitbull? The beef inside a 15-foot solid steel cage! You up for it, please? Pitbull!
You don't right to have a cage match?
Yes, we do. Beef! Oh, you damn right at a cage match! It's on! The main event tonight! The babyface Pitbull! Dylan Roberts for the strap inside a 15-foot steel cage!
So as you can see there, the new opponent for Dylan Roberts was going to be the babyface Pitbull, and it was also going to be in a 15-foot high steel cage. But that was made by the one and only Steve Saxon.
Steve Saxon obviously making his return to BWP. Obviously not been seen since he was put on the injured list by the former PWI BWP Catchweight Champion and babyface Pitbull. So it was, it was nice to see Steve back throwing his weight around as usual. So,
well, you've just got to say, Steve made so many changes to the show, and we're gonna look at that later. I mean, we'd announced so many matches previously on Encore, and then he's made us really look like a clown from Will.
That guy?
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, do you remember that guy?
I remember that guy. Well, that's what we look like.
Yeah.
Thanks, Steve. You made us look like fools.
So we now know that the main event for May 26 was going to be the babyface Pitbull against Dylan Roberts for the PWI BWP Catchweight Championship in a cage.
But let's shift now. Let's go from the PWI BWP Catchweight title to the BWP Tag Team titles. And it was a rematch. It was the reigning champions, the Knights of the Squared Circle, taking on the Blackpool Blondes. Obviously, we saw the Knights of the Squared Circle beat the champs in a 4-way.
Dubiously.
And retain against the champs.
Dubiously, by a count out.
So, we come to the rematch, we come to the third match, and let's see how that got on.
So still your BWP Tag Team Champions, the Knights of the Squared Circle.
This may happen under the show Aston's watch, but not mine. Every single month since you robbed those titles from these two guys, ex-BWP Champions Ball, you've been getting away with running away, getting counted out, getting disqualified. It's not on. It's not fair on these two guys, and it's not fair that you two idiots represent my company. So what are we going to do about it? I'll tell you what we're going to do about it. Yeah. You guys deserve a rematch, but you don't deserve to wait another month for it, so I'm giving them a rematch tonight. And just to make sure you two gay buddies don't think about running off again. What the hell? Seeing as this is going up anyway, I'm putting you inside a steel cage!
Once again, we see Steve Saxon throwing his weight around. Not one, but two cage matches on the 26th.
Well, personally, I think Steve Saxon made a great decision there. I mean, he made me the ring announcer for the evening as well. That's another great decision. So it was an extra payday for me. Ka-ching. Thank you, Steve.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Not one, but two major steel cage matches made for the 26th. We're going to take a look at those later on in the show, but right now we're going to go to the third title match of the night, and that was the Rookies title.
Yeah, it featured my good friend, BWP Rookies Division Champion Pyro, and as he made his way to the ring, we knew that he was going to be facing one of Rudy Wynn's cohorts, but we still don't know who that was, so let's take a look.
Now, unfortunately for all of you, Zeke Ryan can't be here tonight. But fortunately for all you knuckle-dragging troglodytes, the most decorated man in BWP history, the word Rudy Wynn can be. I just told you who I am. Pay attention. Now if you have been following BWP Encore, you would know that I have a title shot for my clients here tonight for that rookie championship. The only problem is I don't have a client yet. So, if anybody in the back wants to make history, make you a champion and make me a lot of money, get out here right now.
What an absolute way to make a name for yourself here in Britannia Wrestling Promotions. Rudy Wing comes out, spouts his mouth off, then the young Lloyd brothers come out, and then the Executioner just comes out and just destroys them both, slams one of them into a concrete wall, and the other one gets put through a table, and it literally missed me by inches.
Well, the Executioner, you know, he's a big guy, he's a strong guy, and he's proven to me that he's a smart guy. Rudy Wing has got a reputation for managing champions here at BWP. And if you want to be a champion, you align yourselves with guys who can help that happen. You know, Rudy Wing, he's always been here. He's BWP original. Maybe the Executioner thinks that he can get a leg up, getting some help from the Word.
As it stands at the moment though, still your BWP Rookies Division champion is my good friend Pyro. However, swiftly moving on, we saw also on the night Mark Morgan in action.
Yeah, Mark Morgan, who was supposed to face Keith Myatt in a street fight. Obviously, you will have heard that Keith Myatt has been laid up in bed quite ill, and we do want to send a big get well soon to Keith. We're a big fan of you here at the show, Keith. So, obviously, Mark Morgan, always wanting to impress, always wanting to be the star of the show. He turned up, he had his gear, and he faced the returning to BWP after a very, very, very long absence. The returning Dan Evans in what was quite a nice little encounter.
Yeah. Dan Evans didn't look rusty at all. He was full on, he was powerful, he was explosive. But what can we say about Morgan though? Morgan takes the win yet again. You know, a perfect, should we say, warm-up match. Because that street fight will be rescheduled pretty soon. So you need to keep your eyes open on Facebook, Twitter, and the Britannia Wrestling Promotions website for more details on that one in the next upcoming weeks.
We also had another incredible little encounter that was the former BWP Catchweight Champion, The Juice, CJ Banks, facing the returning Damien Dunn in what was a high-paced, very technical encounter that we saw CJ Banks take the victory. And we were going to show you the footage from this match, but we'd like to show you what happened in the interview afterwards. We found that to be a little bit more interesting, and we think that you people will enjoy that a little bit more.
Well, you might enjoy it, but here's me backstage with The Juice, CJ Banks. I'm here backstage at the Frith Beach Arena at BWP Encore exclusive, and with The Juice, CJ Banks. Now, you was victorious in your...
No questions. I'm here to speak for myself. For far too long now, The Juice, CJ Banks, has been held back in this promotion. Ever since I lost the catchweight title, I've been held back. Fair enough, they gave me a chance at the Money in the Bank in a cage match. A match that I've never had in my career before. Not just with one man, but with two men. So tonight, I defeated Damien Dunn, and that's just the start. I'm going to walk my way through the BWP roster and claim back what is rightfully mine. The BWP Catchweight Championship. Bank on it.
Strong words there from The Juice, CJ Banks, and I mean, you know, even though he might have shoved you off screen there for a minute, you can't really blame The Juice for his reaction. I mean, since he lost the catchweight title, he's not really had a proper rematch, has he? He's not really had a proper shot at the belt.
No.
It's kind of like he's been left by the wayside, and I can understand why he would be frustrated in his position.
Well, see, I've known The Juice a lot longer than what you have. I mean, I've seen The Juice from the very beginning of his career, when he was a tag team specialist, dancing around to Time to Burn, wearing yellow dungarees. And I've seen him mature into the performer that he is now. And we're talking about one of Great Britain's best wrestlers. He's all over the country. We're talking about a guy who's beaten, just recently here in Britannia Wrestling, he's beaten El Generico, and he's beaten David Richards. This guy's not to be messed with. He's a quality athlete, and I'm sure he will be going for that BWP Catchweight Championship sooner rather than later.
Yeah, I don't think this is the last we've said of CJ Banks for a while.
No, definitely not. So, after we're moving on to The Juice, I want to move on to your mate.
It always comes back to this.
Well, I'm sorry, but if this is a feature about BWP and everything Britannia Wrestling, we need to talk about everything while we're on a Britannia Wrestling show. So I want to talk about you and Bam Norton. Can you tell us what happened and what went down?
Well, obviously, ladies and gentlemen, you all know that myself and Bam Norton, we have the Bam Norton 3-minute challenge. If any member of the BWP roster can stay in the ring and survive 3 minutes with Bam Norton, then there's a very big cash prize for the winner. we had another victim this month. Let's take a look at the footage.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening! For those who may not know, my name is the infamous DJ King. And tonight, I am here once again for one reason, and for one reason only, to introduce you to the most mammoth, gargantuan, titan to ever step foot in a BWP ring! Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce you to the Beast, Bam Norton! Now once again, ladies and gentlemen, you know why we are here. We are here for the Bam Norton 3-minute challenge. For all those of you who have never been to this show before, or are just too stupid to follow what actually goes on week after week. One lucky individual from the back will now go out and see if he can survive 3 minutes against the Beast. So please, can we have the next victim? Okay then, son, you seem to be full of again. What's your name?
My name is Matt Matthews.
Where are you from, Matt Matthews?
Cape Town, South Africa.
Oh, it seems you've got a lot of people here from Cape Town, South Africa tonight. So, Matthews, are you ready to take on the 3-minute challenge?
I'm ready.
Safe. Referee, ring the bell.
See, he's laughing now, but sooner or later, DJ, there is going to be one guy who is going to take Bam Bam to the limit. And unfortunately, on this occasion, it wasn't to be Matty Matthews' night.
Poor Matty Matthews. Great little talent. He's probably going to do something one day in BWP of some merit. But, you know, that just wasn't your night, mate. No matter what you think, no matter what anyone else out there thinks, Bam Norton is the most destructive force to ever step foot in the BWP. And I can guarantee, by the end of this year, that man will be wearing some gold.
Speaking of gold, it's now time to take a look at the first of our double main events made by Steve Saxon for that evening. And it featured the BWP Tag Team Champions, LGT, Lord Graham Thomas and Dean McManus, the Knights of the Squared Circle, going up against Axel Rage and James Drake, the Blackpool Blondes.
Ladies and gentlemen, this steel cage match was a steel cage match with a slight tweak. The only way to win this was pinfall or submission, and this was a rule asked for by the Blondes because they were sick and tired of the champs scarpering away from them. So here we go. Look, Knights of the Squared Circle against the Blackpool Blondes, steel cage.
No escape. Roll the footage. There you have it. We now have new BWP Tag Team Champions. Congratulations to Axel Rage and James Drake, the Blackpool Blondes.
A massive win there for the Blackpool Blondes. It was a pretty brutal cage match as far as cage matches go, and it was nice to see LGT and Dean McManus not scarper away and actually go to the finish. Speaking of LGT, after this match, Lord Graham Thomas did announce that due to injury sustained, not just from that match, but from 5 years of working with BWP and working all over the country, Lord Graham Thomas is hanging up his boots for the foreseeable future and will no longer be part of BWP. So we here at Encore would like to say a big thanks to his lordship for all the fun times that we've had with you, and for what you've done in BWP in general. So thank you very much, Tom. Take care. So ladies and gentlemen, we have one match left to talk about, and it was the biggest match of the night. It was the babyface Pitbull with his girlfriend Lana and his business associate Baz Mack taking on the PWI BWP Catchweight Champion, 100% Welsh Beef, Dylan Roberts.
Now, Dylan was, he thought he was going to be facing Zema Ryan. So as far as I was concerned, Dylan really had the odds stacked up against him. Not only was he going to be facing the Pitbull with Lana and Baz at ringside, this was also in the confines of a 15-foot high steel cage. But as to the opposite of the tag team title match, the only way to win this match was either by walking through the cage door or escaping by over the top and both feet touching the floor.
And once again, we are BWP Encore, and this is what we do. Let's take a look at the exclusive footage that we got for you.
I need to be
have it, ladies and gentlemen. An incredibly brutal cage match there between Dylan Roberts and the babyface Pitbull, with Dylan Roberts retaining the title. But I mean, I think the major story there was just how barbaric the cage match really was. I mean, we've seen our share of matches over our time, but I don't think I've ever seen a cage match with that much anger between two guys.
You know, listen, what did you expect? It's two guys fighting over a prestigious championship in a steel cage. This wasn't an episode of Pat Sharp's Funhouse. No, it's cage, it's metal, it's steel, it's going to cut, it's going to bruise, it's going to break you.
I mean, speaking of damage that the steel cage can make, you know, a lot of you might have already seen this, but we're going to show it right now here on Encore. This photograph of the damage that was done to the babyface Pitbull's face during the steel cage. So let's take a quick look at this photo now.
Well, he's not looking in a good way, is it?
No, as you can see from the picture, I mean, Pitbull's face, his nose has been completely split open. I mean, he's had to have had some kind of stitches there. I mean, maybe there could be damage internally. He could have broken his nose there. You all saw what happened. Dylan Roberts viciously booting the door right into his face. Must have knocked him out cold. I mean, it was definitely a big proving ground for Dylan. If anything, it proved that Dylan Roberts, he's a great technical wrestler. He can run about and fly about with the most of them. Well, for me, this match really proved, like, you know, how gritty Dylan can really get, and you know, we saw a new side of the champ.
Well, speaking of the champ, here's going to be an interview backstage with me. We're not only with the catchweight champion Dylan Roberts, not only with the tag team champions, the Blackpool Blondes, but also with your Rookies Division champion as well, Pyro. So let's take a look at the footage. We're here backstage at the Frith Beach Arena in a BWP Encore exclusive. I'm going to kill 3 birds with 1 stone, because I'm here with the Champ's Den. I'm with the Rookie Division champion Pyro, your PWI BWP catchweight champion Dylan Roberts, and your new tag team champions, the Blackpool Blondes. So let's start off with you two. How does it feel to actually get the tag team titles from the Knights of the Squared Circle?
It's amazing. We backed those weasels into a corner that they couldn't get themselves out of tonight, and we're bringing these home to Blackpool tonight.
What about yourself, Dylan? Victorious over the babyface Pitbull in a steel cage?
Well, you know, I was supposed to have Zima Ion, but unfortunately medical conditions said he couldn't wrestle. But surprise steel cage match. I've done it before. I beat Cyanide. No match with Pitbull tonight. You know, it was pretty easy for me. Obviously, a familiar environment for me to be in, but Pitbull's out of his comfort zone, I think, tonight. And I put that dog down.
And last but no means least, Pyro. You victorious over Executioner. How do you feel? We'll take that as very well done. Let's get back to the studio. And there you have it. That was me backstage with all of your Britannia Wrestling champions. Now, I had taken the time to brush up on my Japanese, but clearly Pyro hadn't brushed up on his Wigginese. But what can be said? Now, that show, you know, given all the problems, what we had, wrestlers pulling out, everything being changed at the last minute, should have been an absolute catastrophic disaster. But in reality, it actually turned out to be, I would say, the best show of the year. You could actually say it was a barn burner.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't a show we had down on paper, but it will go down in history as one of the best BWP shows we've ever had. But let's get away from this now, and let's start talking about what is the BWP summer season. And this summer we're going to have some of the biggest shows that North Wales has ever seen. We're going to talk a little bit later on about what the summer season is going to start with, but right now we're going to talk about what the summer season is going to end with. 24th of August, we here at BWP, we are committed to bringing you the best matches and the best talent from in this country and beyond.
Can I tell him?
Go on.
Right, okay. Let's brace myself for this. Britannia Wrestling Promotions on the 24th of August at the Frith Beach Arena are going to be bringing to you in action for one night Jay Lethal.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, former TNA Tag Team Champion, former TNA X Division Champion and former ROH Champion Jay Lethal is going to be here at BWP 24th of August in the Frith Beach Arena. We don't know who his opponent's going to be, we don't know what kind of match he's going to have, but we can guarantee you right now, You do not want to miss Jay Lethal right here at BWP. Ooh yeah! Dig it! Ooh yeah! Okay, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Jay Lethal is coming to BWP. But that's at the end of the summer season. We're going to talk about the beginning of summer. And what a way for BWP to kick off the summer season then with its first annual Summer Rumble.
That's right, guys. Saturday, July the 27th, right here at the Frith Beach Arena. It's the Britannia Wrestling Promotions first ever annual Summer Rumble, and the stakes are massive. Not only will the winner get the official title of the first ever winner of BWP Summer Rumble, but they will guarantee themselves a guaranteed title shot at the PWI BWP Catchweight Champion.
Yes, 30 men will vie for the spot of being the #1 contender. Tonight, as a BWP exclusive, like we said earlier on this week on Twitter, we're going to announce 10 of the entrants for the Rumble.
Well, let's kick it off and let's mention the first person who's thrown his name into the hat, and that is Mark Morgan.
Yes, Mark Morgan, who we did see have an impressive victory over Dan Evans and has had this ongoing rivalry with fellow Stokey Keith Myatt. Mark has already thrown his hand in, and he wants to be the first man to ever win this Rumble.
It's funny you should mention Keith in that sentence, because I can tell you now that Keith has already put himself forward and entered himself in the BWP Summer Rumble.
Could Keith Myatt, the British wrestling royalty, become the first ever British wrestling Rumble winner for BWP?
You'll never know. And now that brings me to entrants number 3 and 4 who've thrown their names into the ring.
Yes, we have the BWP Tag Team Champions, now both wanting to vie for the catchweight title. Both Blackpool Blondes, Axel Rage and James Drake, will be in the Rumble.
Tag teams have a reputation of Rumbles. You've seen Demolition a few years ago, drew numbers 1 and 2, and they went at it hammer and tongs. Now, are Axel and JD going to collaborate in the ring, or will it be every man for himself?
Well, yeah, as you say, it is every man for himself, but there is the whole tag team bond. Maybe the Blondes might go into this with a little bit of a plan. Maybe one of them knows who would be better going for the title.
Well, speaking of champions who've entered their name into the ring for this Rumble, that brings me now to the 5th person who we've got, and that is the BWP Rookies Division Champion, Pyro.
Yes, Pyro looking to be the first ever double champion here in BWP. Wants to hold both the Rookies title and the Catchweight title at the same time. Now Pyro, he's a little guy. There's no other way to say it. He's a small guy, and small guys don't have the best reputations in these kind of matches. But let's hope his speed, his agility and his general outthinking of the bigger guys might work in his favour. But then when you're talking about little guys, we'll move on to number 6. And number 6 is another BWP rookie, and that is Troy McCarthy. Now, yeah, you will have seen Troy McCarthy on this show a couple of times. You will have seen him at BWP. He is a young, hungry rookie. Maybe this is where Troy McCarthy can make a name for himself.
Maybe so, but the next entrant that we're going to announce tonight is someone that you've got a vested interest in, and that is Bam Norton.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, what can I say? That's my pick for the Rumble. He is a mean, lean destruction machine.
He's certainly not lean, but I'll agree with you about the mean and destruction machine. But speaking of destruction machines, it just rumbles on. The next person we're going to announce is a former BWP Catchweight Champion, a former Tag Team Champion and Wrestler of the Year 2011 and 2012, the Babyface Pitbull.
Yes, the Babyface Pitbull. Obviously, we all knew that Pitbull was going to throw his name in the hat. He's been such a forerunner when it comes to big matches in BWP. He was part of the first ever BWP ladder match. He's been part of the first BWP cage match, and now he's going to be part of the first ever BWP Rumble. Looking at the odds, I mean, Pitbull's got to be a favourite, but when you're talking about favourites, we've got to mention the next guy on the list, and the next guy we're going to announce is BWP, Mr. Money in the Bank, Liverpool's number one, it's Zach Gibson.
Gibson is definitely on a roll at the moment. As DJ has just said, he is the current Mr. Money in the Bank here in Britannia Wrestling Promotions. But a Rumble is a different story altogether. Maybe he has won a cage match, but you're going to have everybody after you on one night.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get down to the last person who we're going to announce tonight. And I'm sorry, Angel, but I'm going to have to take this one from you.
Okay.
The last person announced tonight for the Summer Rumble, former BWP Tag Team Champion, former PWI BWP Catchweight Champion, one of my best friends in the whole world, and the biggest obstacle for anyone stepping in this Rumble. It's the Toxic Terror, it's Cyanide.
Cyanide, when you're talking about big, this guy just personifies big. You look up big in the dictionary, there's a picture of Cyanide. This guy's huge. It's going to take an absolutely monumental effort to get that guy out of the ring.
I mean, obviously, I put my stock into Bam Norton, but if I was a betting man, I think I may have to split that one down the middle. If it comes down to those two men, it's just gonna be a sight. But I don't think anyone can get rid of either Bam or Cyanide. They're both probably the most impressive talents in BWP.
Well, let's just cut to the chase. We've only announced 10 names. We still need to announce another 20, and you'll get more of these names on future upcoming BWP Encore shows. But the main thing is you need to look forward to this massive, massive show on the 27th of July here at the Frith Beach Arena, and the tickets still are just a £5.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the biggest show that BWP has ever done. Not only are we going to announce more entrants into the Rumble with the next episode of Encore, we're also going to announce the matches that will take place before the Rumble. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been the infamous DJ King. He has been the lead from Alderley Edge, Angel D'Souza.